Antoine Wilson serving just over a year as Chancellor of D.C. Public Schools, and he did step down. He was forced to resign yesterday after he admitted to basically bypassing the school district's lottery system to place his daughter into a highly competitive high school. That's Wilson High School.
All right, over to Hollywood now. Actor Mark Wahlberg is responding to reports that he received a lot more than his co-star Michelle Williams to reshoot scenes from All the Money in the World. Now, Wahlberg was paid $1.5 million, while Williams got about $1,000. Biggest off-field Redskins story this week involved our very own Grant Paulson. Here we go. On Monday, I know, who's messing with Grant? Radio and TV host Dan Patrick said he organization. So Grant, you know, Mama's mad.
Yeah.
I don't like this. There's some beef going on between you. As soon as we arrived this morning, just before 4 o'clock, we immediately noticed that there was Montgomery County police officers keeping watch in front of Clarksburg High School here in Maryland. Certainly the Clarksburg High School community on edge following what happened. And, you know, we spoke to several parents, and they all share that same sentiment that they want something done immediately, whether it's the school board discussing metal detectors in all Montgomery County public schools or added security. Some in Redskins country are wondering what happened to the Color Rush uniforms. The team was supposed to...
Tom Wilson, y'all, right winger with the Washington Capitals, joining us live this morning. And get this, you can stare at Tom all month. Isn't he handsome? You look good, Tom. Good morning. How fun was it doing this? I don't want to give away too many pages because obviously we want you to get the calendar and stare at the guys and the puppies. But there are... Guess what? I snagged some celebrities. Here we have the Texas Tenors. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We've got Marcus, J.C., John. And look at them. I don't know if they're dressed warm enough for tonight. Welcome to D.C., gentlemen.
Oh, it's great to be here.
I'm a big fan of Rise, a beautiful song. Real quickly, for those who may not be familiar, the meaning behind the lyrics and the song.
It's a song of hope, a song of great positivity, which is what we like to bring in our show, and hope
it really sets the tone for something like tonight, right? Where we're trying to make everybody merry and bright. Hey, did that rhyme? Hey, I think that rhymes.
You're a lyricist.
All right, I am a lyricist, but I'm not a singer. Can you guys give us a little ditty here on the spot?
So this is what we're going to be singing at the end of the show to close it out. So.
Here we go.
Santa Claus is coming tonight. Santa Claus is coming tonight. So put out some cookies and leave on the lights, 'cause Santa Claus is coming tonight.
Woo! Got the chills. My knees are weak. You guys are awesome. And I can't let you guys go. You're from Texas. Dallas, Redskins game tonight. Any Dallas fans? Any Skins fans? You never know.
Annie, you don't have to be a Christian just to be amazed by the sheer history of all of this. Good morning.
Good morning, Allison. You're right. Good morning, Steve. Good morning, everybody. You're absolutely right. This whole thing is riveting. I just spent the last 30 minutes or so walking through, trying to absorb as much as I can, and you will enjoy it if you come out here. This is big news, a big discovery made by our friends here at National Geographic. Of course, the shrine that encloses the tomb is sitting in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem, the tomb of Christ we're talking about. And last year is when it was first opened for the first time in centuries. And since then, our friends at National Geographic, they have been working very hard to learn more about the sacred site, and this is big news, Kristen Romy.
I know, it's exciting, Annie. Welcome to National Geographic.
Thank you.
And then they rush you back out. Here you take all the time you want.
Wonderful. And so here, I want to bring you guys into this 3D room, which is amazing. I tested it out. It truly gave me the heebie-jeebies because it is so lifelike, Kristen.
I know.
The top there, the special for a more in-depth look to the story is airing on December 3rd on National Geographic. Be sure to mark your calendars. Make sure you watch that. It's riveting. And then also, if you want to come check out the exhibit, it's open now. It's open until next year, next fall.
Yes.
So you have plenty of time. Because Patrick's battery here died. So, Patrick, what happened this morning?
I came out to start old Wanda the Honda, and she was dead as a doornail.
Wanda, why?
It's just kind of the
That's
story.
so interesting, Gary. You
It's
know,
really
Annie's
not,
my
actually, but-
real birth-given name.
It's not.
No, it's
Who
a
chose
real
that
story.
name for you?
Well, Annie was a nickname because people couldn't pronounce my Korean name. And my mom paid some big bucks to get that name because what they do is they take it to some lady that puts together all the characters of the Korean language and then takes in consideration the family's history and the culture and all that, and then they just... And it means...
It's like playing craps.
It means
Yes.
someone poetic, someone who likes to write. And so here I am working in TV news. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
I got to find this woman.
That's a great story.
All right, welcome back is 7:29. It is hysterical. We just spent the last commercial break figuring out
where
Tony's going to stand.
Well, because they had us this way, and this seemed
all right,
odd.
I'm leaving. Okay,
No. You got to be here too. What viewers? You tell us. Is this shot? Why are you so in front of me? Is that shot good or is this better?
This shot is better.
Yeah, that's better. No, I like Tony in here.
All right, Tony. Well, get on in here. We'll hug Gary. We'll bookend you.
Yes.
All right, we figured it out.
So you have good news?
Tony, yes. And before the show, we talked about this. We said, you asked me if I would pay to go see Britney. And I said no, because while I do love her, I know what I'm going to get.
Right.
And to me, it's the same show that she put on when I was growing up. It's lip singing and dancing, and a lot of her dancers doing more of the showy stuff, and then her just kind of strutting the stage.
Right.
So why would I pay
that
kind of money for that?
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Gary?
Now, if it was Beyonce.
Beyonce, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
That's another. Or Pink.
Pink.
Lady Gaga. We're going to see a lot of the 30-something moms coming out for this concert. My people. That was like the case for Backstreet Boys and Nuke is on the Vine. It was a bunch of us housewives like,
I remember this.
Backstreet's back.
Questions, and we have more than 300,000 federal workers in the D.C. region. If there is a shutdown, many of them could be affected, but also those outside the government could be affected. And later on today at 11 o'clock here at the World War II Memorial, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser, she says that she is going to basically make this announcement about how the district is fully preparing itself.
Good morning, everybody. This is amazing. Standing next to Cynthia Germanata, of course, Lady Gaga's mother. Hello, beautiful.
Hey. Special guest in the house. This is Girl Scout Troop number 30049. Thank you, ladies, for joining us, and thank you so much for my little letters here. Thank you notes. Mr. Gary got some. Savannah, what do you want for your birthday? What would you like for your birthday?
Hold on, say it right here.
JoJo Bowmaker.
A JoJo Bowmaker.
A JoJo Bowmaker.
And she says, I don't care what them haters say. I'm going to come back like a boomerang.
Okay. Everybody dance. Let's go. Everybody dance.
Bye, everybody.
See you tomorrow. Tony's there. Good morning, Annie.
Hey, Steve and Allison, good morning to you. Yeah, we left D.C. early this morning. We're still making our way to St. Mary's County. It's about 60 miles southeast of D.C. We are going well below posted speed for obvious reasons. We took Route 5. Route 5 seemed okay. It was manageable, drivable. You could see the pavement. There were plenty of cars on the roadway this morning. But then as soon as we hit 301 and as we head farther south, this is where it gets very, very dicey. If you look right now, we're on a road that you can see those big chunks of icy, hard snow. It's giving us a little bit of traction, but very little pavement here, and it looks like the roads barely touched. And then if you look at the side streets, they're definitely not touched.
In more breaking news overnight, a Baltimore police detective now fighting for his life after being shot in the head.
Right now, the manhunt does continue for the gunman, and now federal agents are involved as well. Fox 5's Annie Yu is live at the scene with the latest on the investigation and the officer's condition. Annie, good morning.
Good morning, Allison and Steve. We were just at the crime scene closer to Bennett Place in West Baltimore, but we came here to the hospital, the University of Maryland Shock Trauma. This is in downtown Baltimore. This is where the officer has been receiving treatment since 4:30 yesterday when the shooting happened. We just got an update on his condition, and we're told he remains in critical condition.
Allison and Steve, the roads look fine. They're in great shape. VDOT let us know that they actually started dispatching crews last night, and so overnight they've been pre-treating the roads. On our way up here, we took, River Road to the Beltway, Route 7. We even hopped on Route 28. That much of the roads have been pre-treated, so that is the good news. But obviously, when you have wet conditions, you just want to take it easy. We decided to stop into a neighborhood to sort of get a feel for the untreated roads. Here, although there is no salt or any, sand out on these roads, it's not slippery. It's perfectly fine. And then you've got the sidewalks, which are perfectly fine as well. So that's good. Loudoun County Schools, though, not taking any chances. They decided just a few hours ago to go ahead and make that closure note. Fairfax County is closed as well. But things are still freezing, guys. I showed you earlier, there's icicles forming on these bushes here. And also, on these cars, they're ice covered. So Tucker's right. I mean, there's a very thin, subtle glaze over these cars. So things are definitely freezing up. But as he said, if the bulk of it is pretty much over, then we're in pretty good shape. Back to you guys in the
Fire
studio.
and EMS, they were faced with multiple challenges. Not only this frigid, freezing temperatures out here, but as you mentioned, a hoarding situation. In fact, if you look right there on the ground, all that stuff was pulled. Every day, those famous words.
Yeah, too much.
Let it go. Let it go. Yeah. No, everybody loves it. There you go, right there. People of all ages love Frozen. It's a movie that was released in 2013, and here we are in 2018, still celebrating Frozen. I'm with my friend Tomas Lazul. He is a big part of the production that's coming to Capital One Arena. Now, I've been to a few Disney on Ice productions, okay? Frozen I have not been to, but I'm very excited that you're here. And every time I go to one of these shows, I always think about the impressive movement, the lighting, the music, the things that you just mentioned. So tell me about the choreography.
When you have all the couple coming from Elsa Coronation.
Wait, did you just say couple? Couple skating?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Oh, why, thank you. What can people expect? What do you tell the audience members to come prepared with?
They're going to have the favorite song, like Let It Go, Do You Want to Build a Snowman? So they can get up and dance and sing along with us.
Have the famous one-liners ready to go.
Exactly.
And also, the cold never bothered me anyway. Okay, so let's step out of the way because we want to see a little bit of this show. Again, Capital One Arena this weekend until Monday, guys. Tickets are still available. Tickets start at $20, so it's great for the entire family to come out here. What scene is this that we're about to see?
It's going to be a Let It Go.
So one more thing is I am so impressed with this skating. Look, I know you've been skating since you were 4 years old. I get it. But when you all do the turn, what is the secret to that turn?
It's all about
Teach us real quick. The balance. Okay, but where do you start? How does one learn to turn?
For me, I'm like starting like in the middle of my blade.
Yeah.
And that's how I turn.
Can you do the turn where it's like super fast? Can you do that for us?
But not with a pant. I'm going to try.
Okay. That is awesome, Tomas. Way to go. Very nice. All right, guys, one more time. Capital One Arena this weekend until Monday. Tickets still available. Ticketmaster.com is where you want to go. Thank you so much for everything.
So much for having me today.
And thank you all. The cold never bothered us anyway. Back to you. According to the CDC, this is a dangerous flu virus this season. It's spreading quickly across the country to near epidemic levels. And so the folks here at Suburban Hospital, they have been very, very busy. Say they heard gunfire followed by an explosion just after 7:30 last night. 10 hours later, D.C. police are still out here sort of hugging this alleyway off of Ridge Road.
Annie Yu, our friend, is in Clarksburg, Maryland at the outlets this morning with the story. Annie?
Good morning.
Hello, Maureen. Hello, Wisdom. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully all of you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Clarksburg Premium Outlets, they have been open since 6 o'clock last night, so 12 hours so far. They will close tonight at 10, and that pretty much goes for the other outlets in the area. We're talking Potomac Mills, Tanger Outlets, Leesburg Outlets, all open now until 10. Now, I have run into the MAC squad, and these are all guys, friends since high school. They basically went to all of the outlets since they put down that fork and knife last night, and they were like, see you, Mom and Dad, we're going to the outlets, and here they are. Are these good deals?
Yes, ma'am.
How good are they?
I got these socks for $5.
Socks? You left that house after Thanksgiving for socks?
No, I have...
Oh my gosh, Steve, it makes such a big difference. We certainly have had some people stop by, including the mayor. Shout out to Mayor Burris, who was born and raised in St. Mary's County. We're in the heart of Leonardtown right now, downtown in historic Leonardtown. Okay, yeah, that wind, not so much fun. It just pummels you in the face, but thank goodness I have my back to it. So this is pretty much what we're dealing with. You know, the snow is still kind of coming down, but it's not that bad. Plows are still working. Everything's closed. Schools are closed. Local governments are closed. Most businesses closed. I see some kids across the street doing some sleigh riding and things like that. I also have a big Fox 5 fan. You talked about a friendly town. This is Keegan Zimmerman. He came out to...
Don't have no head, so I need to be prepared for the plunge.
Well, I'm going to help you get prepared. Are you down to run into that fresh, beautiful coat of snow with me?
Oh, wow.
How cold is the water when you do the polar bear plunge?
65 degrees.
65 degrees. Okay. Ready, Keegan? Okay, let's go. Come on.
Okay.
Oh, Annie.
All right.
I love this
I think
girl.
it got to her. I think it finally got to her.
I think the cold did get to her head. Yeah.